I canceled our wedding after finding the Spreadsheet my fiancé made for his friends about my trainability. 2 weeks before what was supposed to be our wedding day, I am living in my sister's guest room while 112 embossed invitations gather dust in a box I can't bring myself to throw away. Alex and I met 3 years ago at a friend's Super Bowl party. He was charming, successful, and seemed to adore me completely. We moved in together after a year and he proposed 6 months later with a ring that belonged to his grandmother. I said yes without hesitation. The wedding planning was going smoothly, venue booked, dress fitted, honeymoon planned. Then last month I borrowed Alex's laptop to order photo prints for our wedding welcome table. When I opened his Google Drive to find the photos, I noticed a folder titled The Grandpa Party. Gersten got the better of me. Inside was a Spreadsheet titled Endless Training Progress. At first I thought it was a joke, maybe something silly his friends made for the bachelor party, but as I scrolled through the document my stomach turned. Alex had been keeping detailed notes for over 2 years on his efforts to train me into becoming his ideal wife. The Spreadsheet had categories like kitchen skills, social ember, physical praisance, and obedience. Each had a progress bar and detailed notes on his training methods and my areas for improvement. Under kitchen skills he'd written, successfully conditioned to cook dinner 5x, weak still, resistant to learning mother's recipes, next phase, eliminate takeout completely. Under social immerdaic and political opinions around my friends, still interrupts occasionally, working on teaching proper hostess etiquette before wedding. Under physical primance, he'd logged my hoods, noting when I'd skipped the gym and how he'd subtly reinforced the importance of staying fit by showing me Instagram models and making helpful suggestions. But it was the obedience category that broke me. Responds well to withdrawal of affection when she defies expectations. Becomes eager to please after 2 to 3 hours of silent treatment. Wedding will accelerate progress as legal commitment increases leverage. The most disturbing part was the comments from his friends. They had viewing access and had left notes like impressive progress, bro, and can you train mine next, boy J? I sat frozen in his office for nearly an hour reading and rereading, wondering if this was some elaborate prank. It wasn't. This was the man I loved, the man I was about to marry, documenting his systematic manipulation of me like I was a project, not a partner. When Alex came home I was still at his desk, the Spreadsheet open on the screen. He saw my face, then the laptop, and his expression shifted from confusion to anger. Not remorse, anger that was private. He said, you had no right to snoop trainability. I whispered. You've been manipulating me for 2 years? Don't be dramatic, he said, his voice softening as he switched tactics. It's just a joke between the guys, you know how they are. But I could see the calculation behind his eyes, the same calculation that had apparently been there all along while I mistook it for love. I left that night with just a suitcase. The next day I called the venue, the caterers, the florist. I returned the ring to his mother, who looked at me with such confusion that I wonder if she knows who her son really is. His friends' wives have been calling me, telling me I am overreacting, that all men talk like this, that I am throwing away a good man over locker room talk. Maybe they're right. Maybe this is normal and I am the one who can't take a joke, but every time I consider going back, I remember that Spreadsheet. I remember that the man I loved saw me not as an equal, but as a project to be perfected, a wild thing to be tamed. Some people say love is about acceptance, others say it's about growth, but I don't think it's supposed to be about secretly molding someone into your vision of perfection while tracking their progress like they're a lab experiment. I don't know what comes next, but I know it won't include being someone's training project. Some red flags come with warning signs, others come in neatly organized spreadsheets.